and welcome back. So today what I have planned is one of my favorite things to decorate, which is a tiered tray. And I have two ideas on different ways you could style your tiered tray. One is kind of more fun. The other is more like in my kitchen. And so I have just some ideas on the way you can style that for fall. So let's get started. This is the stand that I will be using today. I've had this for years and years, and I never used it as a piece of decor other than to put Christmas goodies on it and a couple of weddings that I was involved in helping to create some treats for. So normally I've shoved it in the back of a cupboard and I'm always having to move it out of the way because I'm trying to get to something else. And it finally dawned on me that it would just be easier to have it out where it can be seen and decorate it rather than trying to work around it. On my tray right now, you'll see my kitchen chickens, Henrietta and Paulette. And those of you who know anything about chickens will think that's funny. I keep these girls on this tray most of the time, but for my fall decor, they're probably gonna have to live somewhere else for a short time. But they are so super cute and I love them desperately. One thing I really like about this tray is that you can use any normal size dinner plates on it and swap them out for the season. I typically keep these basic white ones and I could just throw these in the dishwasher, but they are always covered in glitter and whatever other kind of seasonal decor I've had. So I'm just going to clean them off. I'm using the fall scent Mrs. Meyer's apple cider. It's so awesome. I also have the Mrs. Meyer's acorn spice in the hand soap, but my Target didn't have the multi-service spray, which was too bad because I would have bought them both if I could have. The other thing that I really like about this tray is that there's not a center post. So I have more space to move things around if I need to. That has been a huge benefit. The downside is it's not very stable and the plates slip around a lot. So at some point I'd like to replace it with another tiered tray. Maybe Santa Claus will bring me one this year if I'm nice. So I'm gonna start off by doing a tiered tray that's more fun and playful. I'm gonna be using some kind of pumpkin patch theme with traditional fall colors and some sunflowers and some things like that. So it should be really fun, and I'm not quite sure because it doesn't really fit in with the rest of my decor whether or not I will use this one for this season. But it certainly is one that I enjoy because it's just so playful and fun. So the first thing I'm going to add to my tray is this little crate that I put together using Dollar Tree items. I know that the Dollar Tree carries little crates, but I have never seen one at my Dollar Tree. If you have the ability to grab one of those, I would suggest that because this one pieced together isn't my favorite. But I'm hoping that once I get the contents put in it that I will absolutely love it. And inside, I showed these in my Dollar Tree haul video, but I am going to add these adorable little mini pumpkins. And there are those. Isn't that so cute? I also picked up at the Dollar Tree these little straw hay bales. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna take them out of the plastic because I'm convinced they're gonna make a gigantic mess everywhere. So I think I'm gonna keep them in the plastic for now and see how it goes. When I style a tiered tray, I try to work in what I would call triangles. So in triangle shapes this direction, triangle shapes this direction, just to keep it a little more balanced. So I'm going to add these in that triangle shape. And then if I have enough space, I'm going to add these little mini pumpkins. And I might just kind of not set them all up on top, but maybe right around in front. I will say one of the difficulties with tiered trays is trying to keep everything fitting within the space that you have. I know a lot of tiered trays will come with a flat piece, which would have some benefit because then you could have it falling over the sides. However, then things are more likely to tip off as well. So hopefully this will fit okay. Just so I can keep that traditional pumpkin color, I'm going to add these other big orange pumpkins to either side. So then I have that same color in a triangle shape this direction, opposite from the hay bales, going this triangle shape. Works really well on a 3-tiered tray. If you're only using a 2-tiered tray, I would say just keep things on a diagonal either direction. Now the next thing I want to add, I like to have kind of a statement piece in the middle that either has some words to it or something that kind of draws your eye. Typically I will have something with words on it. And so I've put together this little pumpkin patch sign. This is a little itty bitty tiny 3x4 frame. And I like that it ties into that color. But you could use little mini signs as well. This is a free printable, and I like to use this frame because I can swap it out and I'm not collecting a whole bunch of little mini signs. And I can print whatever my heart desires from the free printables online. I have my biggest pieces added. What I'm going to do is just fill in with some of these white sunflowers. I've had these for a long time. I'm sorry, I don't remember where they're from. They could have been from Joann's maybe several years ago. But I'm just going to add these in as filler pieces. Again, kind of just scattering in those triangle shapes. Now my tiered tray, I don't particularly care what the back looks like, because it won't be seen from all sides, but that is definitely something to consider when you're creating a tiered tray, is whether or not you want it to be seen from all sides. And if so, you'll want to make sure that everything is turned out so that when you're walking around it, you don't have a big empty spot on the back side like I have. But certainly with all the cute pumpkins that I have, there's lots of opportunities to just fill in those gaps so that it's cute no matter what direction that you're coming from. You can just simply flip some of these so you don't see those labels. And filling in. I dream in color, you're black. So there is my first tiered tray. I even pull a couple of these little pumpkins out so you can see them a little bit better. These are so cute. And there you have it. So the next tray I'd like to put together is going to use several of the kitchen items that I have, antique finds, hand-me-downs, and homemade things that I absolutely love here in my kitchen, styled in a fall aesthetic. So with that, I'll show you what I have in mind. I'm going to start with my largest items just to make sure that I can fit them on the tray. Starting with this antique flour sifter. This belonged to my husband's grandmother, and I love that it's got the little wooden handle. Bromwell's. I keep flowers in it, but it does have the traditional flour sifter. This is so cool. So because this is a large item, I'm going to set it on the top. And then because it's metallic, I want to keep my metal items going in a triangle direction. So I've got some silver salt and pepper shakers. And these barely fit under here. I have to take the top off of the pepper mill so that it will fit. And then I've also got this stainless steel spoon rest that I thought would be cute to set a little pumpkin in. So now that I have white here, I'm going to try to get white on the opposite side of my tray. And I have my favorite Ozark's Pure Honey crock that I found. So that is going to go right here. And for my center, so that I have some white, I've got this little soup cup. And because we're going into fall, I think it's really cute to include something that would reference soup. So we'll kind of fit that in there. And I'm going to kind of put it in the middle since I've got white on this side already. And so that the handle can kind of stick out a little bit. And then finally, I also have these really cute little white teacups. And I'm hoping I can put them in the tray stacked like this. If not, we'll do something a little different, but it looks like they might be too big to stack, but maybe if I have one a little bit cattywampus like that. And then these I recently picked up at Hobby Lobby for about $5.99. I thought they were so cute, and I definitely think they'll go great in my tiered tray. I don't know if they'll stay in there, but if they will, I think we'll go with that. Which means then I need some wood here and here. And I also picked up from Hobby Lobby these cute little rattan pumpkins. And so I think I'll do the darker one here. And this other one, I have to scoot the honey back just a touch. Have him sit right there. All right, so I do have a couple of big holes back here that I need to figure out what to put in there. And I do have this mini cloche from the Dollar Tree. It's just plastic. I would love to have a mini cloche that was glass, but for now this is what we'll have. So what I'd like to do is I've got those little mini velvet pumpkins. I'm going to stick them in here. And I also have these little rattan balls. So I'm going to put all those in there. Shake it up. And I'm going to put this on my top tray. The other thing that I thought would be cute to add to this tray is this little tin. It's Ghirardelli's chocolate. And even though we don't really associate chocolate with fall as much as we do Christmas, I thought these colors really spoke to fall. And I think that this is super cute. I like to use this on my tiered tray. I think I'll put it right here on the bottom. So now I've kind of got a balance between those fall colors, top and bottom. I don't know how much more I'd like to add without just overdoing it. Maybe one other pumpkin kind of to fill that gap. There's a lot of white going on that bottom shelf. So maybe I'll swap these two. So now I'd like to add in a little bit more greenery just to fill in some gaps and to kind of add some more color. These are just rosemary and thyme picks from Walmart. I use these on my tiered tray all the time. I think they're great. And they don't have a really long stem, so it's not difficult to put them in your tiered tray. I might just set that like that. And flatten this out a little bit. I have a couple extra rattan balls. These are pretty standard for me on the tiered tray. I use them quite a bit just to kind of fill in any holes or gaps. So I could certainly add in some fall leaves and foliage, but I like the neutral colors here, the different sheens, the different textures, and I don't want to overwhelm it anymore. And I may keep this in my kitchen for the fall season because I like it so much. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video and that it gave you some ideas on ways that you can use your tiered trays during this fall season, that it got you inspired to think about the cute little knickknacks that you own that don't really have a home, or when you put them in with your other decor, they kind of get a little bit lost. That's the one thing I love best about tiered trays, is just having a home for the little things that you want to display where they have the opportunity to shine. So with that, don't forget to subscribe. I hope you give me a thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed this content and it tells me that you'd like to see more like this. I hope you have an awesome day and we'll see you in the next video. The dog. She's drinking water really loudly. And now here comes Daddy, because everyone has to come to Mommy when I'm trying to film an intro. It's just how it goes. Everyone just comes. It's like a fly to a light.